Hello everyone, welcome to the session. I hope you are all doing well. So previously we discussed about some examples on nested if statements. So in this session we are going to discuss about the loops. So we are start with the while loop. So what is the while loop? While loop repeats a block of code as long as condition remains true. Means when the condition will be false, it will stop the running the code. So the same code runs again and again until and unless the condition will be false. Then see, for example, and here they mentioned another thing that because you often don't know in advance exactly how many times it will run. This is called indefinite iteration. This is not a definite like rotations you can say, but we have to call it like iterations. There is no indefinite iterations. Sorry, there is indefinite iterations, not definite. So we see here. I will give the both. While is not for only definite, it's indefinite also. For each code, it behaves like different. For example, now see count equals to 1. While count is less than equals to 5. So it will runs for 1 for 1 time, 2 1 time, 3 4. Okay. Yeah, 4 5. So for it will do 5 iterations. Okay. It will do 5 iterations. So here we have to get like see when I will run it, it will gives the 1 2 3 4 5. So the same thing which was count less than equals to 5, print count. Okay, the same thing was again and again. First what is the value of count? 1. So 1 is less than or equals to 5. Yeah, true. So it prints true. Sorry, 1. So after that, after the line see once, count plus equals to 1. So there is an operator that see, if you want to write, if you want to like see, first of all I will do it take a letter. First of all I want to say in the loops this is an important thing that you have to learn. uh, yeah, for example, a equals to 20. So now you have to print 40 without using another variable. If you want to use if you have to use another variable, so how you will use b equals to a into 2, right? So I am here saying was remove this thing. Sorry, don't go into, just we will start with the addition. Your b equals to a, sorry, a plus 20. So this is how we are doing that. So let we print that, print b. So what we will get? We will get uh, 20 plus 20 40. So without using the second variable, we have to get a statement. How? A equals to a plus 20. So b is undefined. So we have to print a. What we will be get? We will get the same answer 40. So instead of this, okay, instead of this statement, we can write the another thing. What is that? Instead of that, a plus equals to 20 means what is on the right side, okay, statement after the equals to is this operator which we mentioned here, plus or divisible or into, which operator we mentioned here, it will be applicable for this right hand and left hand. Like see, these two are same. When a equals to a plus 20, a plus equals to 20, so both are same. If I run these thing, I will get same answer 40. Yeah, 40. So This is works like this. So when this plus symbol, it's just like this thing a plus 20. But this is if you want to write like this, you have to assign to a variable, so that we have to use like this. Uh, this is same as everything, like into equals to, like plus equals to, like minus equals to, like that equals to. So these operators can be used like this without using the another variable. So this is helpful in not in the outside. This will be helpful in inside a loop. So where we done this thing, I think this is still we can paste. Yeah, we can paste. So count equals to 1. So while count is less than equals to 5, print count. So when count will become 6, you have to stop the printing. Until and unless you have to print how many times you will the condition will be true, you can print that number of times. So when while count is less than or equals to 5, so print count 1 less than equals to 5, yeah, true, it will print the 1. So again, when coming to here 1, so here it will be 1 plus equals to 1. So what is the answer? 2. So 2 again goes to here. Okay. So when this condition is goes to the while at here, then count becomes 2. So wait, yeah, count becomes 2, and 2 is less than equals to 5. Yeah, true. Condition satisfied. So it will print again 2. Here count is not 1, 2. Here when coming to the here, it will be 2, right? So 2 plus equals to 1. What will be happen? 3. Count become 3. So again goes to here. You can write like this also. Count plus 1. You will get the same answer. How I previously said, see. So when count becomes 2, right? Sorry, 3. 3 is less than equals to 5. Yeah, condition satisfied. It again print 3. Then coming to the here, count equals to 3 plus 1. What is 3 plus 1? 4. So 4 goes again here. 4 is less than equals to 5. Yeah, condition satisfied. Like that, it goes to the 5. 5 is equals to 5. Yeah, condition satisfied. It will print 5. When 5 coming here, 5 plus 1, 6. So when 6 goes here, 6 less than or equals to 5. Condition failed. So it will stop the printing the count, like printing the number. So it will stop here. 5. It don't goes to the 6, because if it goes to the 6, this condition will be fail. For example, why yeah, you can ask me, you said this is an undefined, like undefinite loop, but you said this is a definite, right? 1 2 3 4 5 iterations only we done. But yeah, we can do with this an unlimited iterations. See, if I say count divisible by count divisible by 1 is equals to 0. If when we are entering the count, if the count was divisible by 1 is equal to 0, then print it. Okay. So when we set this thing, so what it will think for 1? Yeah, 1 divisible by 1, 0, it print the 1. Again, is when going to here, 1 plus 1, 2. 2 goes here, 2 divisible by 1, 0, so prints 2. Like that, what we will get? See, we will get a undefinite to infinity. See, it will comes until it falls. It never be false. Why it have to be false? One is divisible by everything, so it will be indefinite iterations. So this is why they said while is a indefinite iterations. For other loops, I will say it there, but in for loop, you can say in a for loop is a definite, because we have to give some range. In for loop, we have to give some range. Without range, sorry, in range we have to give some definite values, so that For loop was a definite loop. Sorry, different iterations. For loop done a different iterations. So here the infinite undefined iterations was done. So that while loop was a undefined iteration. Yeah, indefinite. I am saying undefinite. Sorry, indefinite iterations. And components of a loop: initialization, condition, update. So here previously we talked that initialization. First the loop wants some initialization. Count equals to 1. There is a initialization. We given count, the value of count is 1 and it starts from 1. Okay. And condition: balloon expression checks before each iteration count. So here they was saying that before the yeah, see, when it will be checks whether the condition was passed or not, after it will be change something, so the loop eventually stops count plus 1 equals to 1. So the balloon expression which was we entered, like count is less than or equals to 5, it checks before the iteration, because if you know, yeah, see here. Boolean expression checked before each iteration count. So before time at our compiler, see here. If you anyone asks to you how many, like the not for not is this condition is infinite, right? So less than or equals to 5. So what it will be gives, it will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if it will ask how many iterations was completed, so what we can say, we completed 5 iterations, because before the counting of the iteration, huh? Before the counting of the iteration, yeah, here before the counting the iteration, it will check the condition. Boolean expression checked before each iteration counts. So here it was saying that if see, first of all, 1 is less than or equals to 5, so condition passed, it prints and count becomes 1. So like that, if for 6 condition will, first of all we have to check condition. 6 is less than or equals to 5, right? Sorry, no, condition fails. So when the condition fails, that iteration was never counted by loop in the while. Okay, in while loop the iteration count was not counted. So okay, at 6, which was a failed condition, the iteration is not taken by while loop. That was here they are saying it doesn't count the iteration count. Before it will check first of all it will check, and after it will count the iteration count, iterations. And update, yeah, when the loop stop is changes something, so the loop eventually stops the count plus equals to 1, and the value of count is also stops there. Infinity loops. And here is one whose condition never becomes false. See, never becomes false, which we previously done with that. uh, when I entered the number which starts from 1, divided by 1 is equals to 0, then print the numbers. So what did the while loop done? It prints 1 to like infinity. So this is they was saying that infinity is one whose condition never become false. The condition never become false because if you say any number, the number was divisible by 1. So the condition is always true. So it runs forever until forcibly stopped. Sometimes this is initial combines with the break, and sometimes it's a bug. Okay, when we use break or bug, then it will be stops. And you here, yeah, while true break. Okay, here is the yeah. This is a new thing for you, that break and continue. and we will discuss it here. And this is an example for while loop. While true, and while true means condition was true, response equals to this thing, and it will print a response. He used if inside the while. So that's why I said first we learn if else statements, because in loops they use if else statements. And first of all, he taken input in the while, that response is the input here, so we have to give one input. Yeah, see, if response is quit, then break. Otherwise, yeah, break. Otherwise, it will give some, I think, blank. See here, when we run this, well, true. Okay, response is a input, so we have to give the input. And if response is quit, which we if we give the string, this string as input, then it will break there. Okay, first of all, I run it, break there, and it will print the response which we entered. See, if I enter quit, yeah, yeah, it breaks. It breaks. See, it breaks. It didn't give any answer. If I run again, any input, we did not get any input. It breaks there. If I give any other thing like a, you typed a, type exist, type quit to exist. Okay then. See here. See here. See here. So this is how if this is not stopping. See, when we are giving the input, it giving the output, and it's an unlimited. Like how many inputs you will giving, it depends. Like output also, you will get the number of which how many you were given. So if I given two inputs, it will give two outputs for each input. So here type quit to exit. It's saying that if you want to exit, just quit. Type the quit. But I entered a, so you typed a, which is here print. This print belongs to while, not if. If you want to if you want to print the sorry, if you want to type the print for if, you have to give four spaces, but here the print was belongs to while. So here it was saying to exit type quit, but we are entering a, so it was going again and again, it was asking again, it will asking again, it will asking again. If I entered quit, see, I tried many times, like 1 2 3 4 5 6, I tried 6 times, but it was saying if you want to quit, if you want to exit, so print, sorry, type quit. So lastly I understand, and I will done this quit, then there is no input asking. So because why it's not asking, because it breaks there, it will stop there, it doesn't go further because we used break. So see here, why he used if, because if the condition is true, like what is the condition here, response equals to quit. What is the response which was we are giving as a input? If the input matches the quit, then it will break there, means it will stop there. See, there is no input here, sorry, there is no output here. But when I instead of quit, I entered a, s, f, g, h, these are not quit, so it doesn't break there, it was showing this response. So when I understand the meaning and everything, and I just write quit, I can exit. So now I exited. Yeah, I exist. So how the break was, the working of the break inside a while, you can understand easily at here. So the break will use for this to stop the while loop. When the condition was passed, it will break there. Otherwise, it will ask the input again and again for until and unless if we have to satisfy the condition. When we satisfy the condition, it will choose the if part. What is the if part? Break. Break means it will stop the loop at the position which the condition was satisfied. So here the condition was satisfied, so it breaks there, and yeah, that's all. So this is the using like purpose of break at while loop. So here they explained and they given an example. So this is how we are using uh, break in loops to stop the loops. So if here n equals to 1, while n less than 100. Okay, if n will be 101 or 100, the condition will be fail. So that it was saying while n is less than 100 means until and unless n become 100, it will print the output, print the n. So here, if n equals to 5, break. So see here, when I start the print, when I start the run, okay, what it will do? It will do first of all 1. 1 is less than 100. So it will checks first the statement, the balloon statement at while loop. Okay, yeah, it's satisfied. So it will go into the if statement. What is inside the if? N equal to 5. So if the condition was satisfied, n is equal to 5. When I entered n equals to 1, so it doesn't like it not satisfied the condition. So it does not choose break, it choose the print. So print n. Okay. So yeah, print n. Now it prints the value 1. So like that up to 4 it's okay. But when it comes to 5, 5 less than 100, yeah, 5 less than 100, so this condition was satisfied. When coming to the if 5 equal to 5, so this satisfied also completed, I mean this satisfy sorry, this condition also satisfied. But what is the inside of if? There is a break. So what is the purpose of break? We know that it will stop the loop at the condition which passed. So we passed this n equal to 5 condition. If it this condition have to satisfy, we have to n convert n become a 5. So when it n become 5 after I think 4 iterations and become 5. So when it becomes 5, it will break the loop and it will stops there. And for getting these, you have to use this term compulsory, because otherwise the loop cannot go further. It will stop at 1. If you do this 1 converted to 2, converted to 3, 4, 5, and so on until unless the condition will fails. See here, 1 2 3 4, it prints up to here. If I want 50, it will print up to 49. Yeah, see, I will print, it will comes up to 49. So this is how our break function works, and this is how we are using if statements inside a while loop. So you can think that before time when we used if statement, nested if, here is there is a if, and here also if. When this condition like this condition was correct, yeah, when this like wait, I will show you the example what before time we done. If n is less than 100, here n is 50. Okay, here there is a, yeah, n equals to 30. Remove this thing. So what is that here? N equals to 50, the given. See previously this if, okay, this is having one condition, and here there is a print. This print was belongs to this if, outer if. So when this condition fails or satisfies, it doesn't care about this print. This print always prints the output. So when we are printing this thing, I will print inside it also same thing again. Print n plus 1, for example, n plus 1. What it will be, what we will get, 51 50. See, if I if I use here 2, yeah, 52 and 50. So here what we are getting, that the print was belongs to this downside print was belongs to if. So this condition fails or correct, it doesn't care, it will print the 50. Suppose here 20. If it is 20, then the inner condition will be fail, but it still prints. But when we are coming to the while loop, here n equals to 50, break, right? So sorry, break, print n, and here n plus 1. Yeah, this thing what we are having in the while loop. So n starts from 20 and up to 21, 22, 23, 24, 50. When it comes to 50, it will break. So it after that it doesn't print, did not print the n. Why? Because in while loop is different than outer if loop, sorry, if statements. So at there, this condition doesn't care about this thing. These both are different. This print belongs to while. Here what is the statement at inside, and if it belongs to here. So if this condition fails, it will stops, it will this condition will be fails, it doesn't print. If satisfied, it will be run. But in while, if it satisfied, it will break, but it stops this condition also. So that is the working of a break, how it will be breaking, and how it will be getting like it can stop this printing of n also, which is outside the if. This break is belongs to this if, but this print is not belongs to this tab. This print is belongs to this tab. But when you're using this break, is stopping entire loop. So indirectly it was stopping this print of print and also, which is not linked. So this is how a break works, and after that break can continue. So we completed the break, and we can discuss the sums at later. First of all, we have to complete this continue, and yeah, like before time I explained, right, if else. First in one class I explained about the if else, and after that I came with 10 20 examples on if else statements. So same as at here, I will complete the loops, and after that I will come with the examples on the loops, with while and for loop, nested while, nested for loop, and yeah. And at here also there is encapsulation and random numbers are coming. So we will complete, I think so. Unit 2 will be complete. I will complete at in this session. Maybe. I'm not sure. Otherwise, we'll start another session. Maybe means like for the random numbers and encapsulation, I will start another session. But in this session, I will complete up to nested while loop. And nested, if you get the grip, whole grip in the loops, for loop and while loop, nested loops also become easy for you. But you have to be more confident on these loops, because loops are different. Is not like just applying conditions in different types. because it's running again and again. So some cases it will be false or some cases it will be true. So you have to, when you're giving one condition, you have to see every test case. Yeah, if the question asked here, you have to give everything. Like for example, you have to see every probability, like which where I am getting the error. Like if n equal to 5 here, so it will breaks there. So if there is only one condition, if 5 will occur, then remove that, like stop there. So if there is two conditions, three conditions, so you have to be more careful in while loop. So because you are applying two, three conditions in one code, so when you are doing that, be careful. And we are going to the continue. Continue means nothing but skip printing even numbers. See here, this is an example. We are going after that because first of all, with the definition, we go with the definition, skips the rest of the current iterations and jumps straight back to rechecking the condition. The loop keeps going, it just skips one pass. The meaning of this definition. The meaning of this definition was, when you are doing for checking one thing, like yeah, you given one condition. When the condition was failed, it does not stop or it doesn't break it. It will skip it and it will continue for next number. So yeah, when before time, here if you use continue, what will be happen? N equal to 5. It will skip the 5 and it will continue with the print, and it will continue 6, 7, 8, and so on up to 100. For example, I will use here continue. Wait, continue. What will be happen? Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, when we run it, see it will use up to 49. So we are using break and we are using continue, both we are getting the 49. So what is the issue? Issue was this thing, because when the condition occurs, it will break. Then this n equals to plus, I mean n plus equals to 1 is at a down is not at a problem, because when it will breaks, then we no need to continue the loop anymore. So we will stop the loop there. So the n plus 1 also stops there. But if you continue, if we want to continue, then what we have to do? If you continue, then it will skip here. Okay, it will skip here. So you have to print this thing at here. For break and continue, two are different. So break means it stops there, continue means it skip at what which value we are getting failed. So failure, so it skip the value and it will print again. So we have to do that similar type things. We have to print this thing here, because when the condition fails here, so it will goes again at here. So yeah, again at here, and it will again 51. 51 is not equals to 50, so print n like that. Okay, so you can see here 50 is not there. There is 59, 49, 51. There is no 50, because when is equals to 50, it continue means it will skip the answer and it will again goes to here. It what it was saying was n plus equals to 1 means 50 is not working. So 50 plus 1, 51. Yeah, 51 was continue, like 51 was not equals to 50. So it was a failure condition failed at there. So it will choose the print and it will prints. So this is the way of doing continue and break. We are having the questions, right, like if you want to print only odd numbers. Okay, so what are you doing with while? if every like not they didn't give you any list, like list matlab like some group of numbers, you have to take your own, so that this is how a whale can use n equals to 1 starts from 1. So you have to start that if n is divisible by same condition 2 is equals to 0, continue. So what will be happen? Which answers will be 3, 5, 7, 6? When n is 1, oh, n never become a 1 because we print n as here, right? So it takes directly 2 first of all, because when n was 1, n plus 1 equals to 1 means it becomes 2. So it starts from 2. When you're going with continue, type 0. Then it will takes 1, because 0 plus 1 is 1. See here, it starts from 1. So this is the way to uh, change change the values which you want. Like, how do you want? So for your convenient, you have to change their things, and you have to in with following the rules. And here the n is coming at before if, so you have to print 0 there, giving the value of n was 0 there, because when we give the 0, 0 plus 1, 1, so it starts from 1. Otherwise, if it will be at bottom, then there is no need of giving this 0. You can give the value 1. So when here, when go starting is 1, 1 is divisible by 2. This condition was failed, so it prints the value. But if the condition passed or true, getting true, then what will be happen? N is divisible by 2 means 2 is divisible by 2 equals to 0. So the condition was true. So it will continue, means it will stop the at the 2, and it will continue again. It will goes again the top at where n. What is the n? 2. So 2 plus 1, 3. 3. So this is how it will skip the point where the condition was getting true, and it will again goes top of the code, and it will run it again. If the condition fails, it will print, otherwise it will skip the value. This is the way of using continue. See, break exits the entire loop immediately, exits. So when continue, what is the effect of continue? Skips to the next iteration for the loop. So when the two doesn't work, I mean, two was getting satisfied the condition. So it going to the, it skips there. It skipped the two and it going to the next iteration. What is the next iteration? Doing n with 3. So taking the value of n was 3 and it is doing with 3. So 3 was doesn't divisible by 2, so this condition fails and it will print the 3. Like that, up to 100, it will gives the odd numbers. If you want even numbers, you just change the operator and you can get only even numbers. If you want from I think minus doesn't work, maybe. Yeah, minus works. N equals to minus 1 if you want from 0 to the 100. So if you take minus 1 and starting, it will starts from 0. And where we're getting the odd numbers, it will skip it and print the only even numbers. So this is the way of printing even numbers and odd numbers with using whale up to what we want, like how much we want, up to 100,000, our wish, because this is an indefinite loop. We can print indefinite iterations we can run. So this is the way of using continue and break. Yeah, this is the while loop. And in while loop, this is not like I think you understand value approx 30%, I think so, because the understanding is not depends on the how we listen carefully, but we have to practice different types of sums. It depends on the different how different the each sum was, and the complexity of the sum, and it will depends like that. So you practice, and I will also provide you the questions regarding value, and we will practice together in the next session, not this session. At the session, we will discuss it deeply, and we will do the examples together. And this is while loop. And when we are coming to the for loop, this is the for loop statement. This is definite iteration because there is a range, right? So range means we are having a definite number. So we have to give a definite number to the range. So it will do the iterations like depends on the given range and condition, which condition we given. So here the explanation was a for loop iterates over the items of sequence, a list, string, tuple, range, etc. A known definite number of times one iteration per item. So this is called definite iteration in contrast to the indefinite iteration of a while loop. So for loop is not like while loop. There is definite iterations, not indefinite, and which the items like string, tuple, range. We are using this iteration for loop iterates. See here, this is a list. Already I said how the list have to create using which brackets for a variable and sequence. See here, yeah, we will run in compiler. Remove this thing. Yeah, fruit. So fruits. I already said the like working of in keyword. How in keyword will works for fruit in fruits. Okay. So not mandatory that you have to write fruit. You can write HINO anything, but it would be a string. Okay. So when you are doing this done fruit in fruits. So fruit in fruits means it will count every element inside the fruits. So how many elements inside the fruits? You have to count like one, two, three. For string, you have to count one, two, three, four, five. But this is list, not string. So in the list there is strings, but this is not a string. Okay, this is a list. So you have to count like one, two, three. There is three elements in fruits. So here what is saying that for fruit in fruits, for loop we have to denote like for fruit in fruits. This is compulsory for while, for if, else, elif, everything. So when we are using this, we will get these four dots. This indicates that this print belongs to for loop. So when the condition was success, then it prints the fruit. So for fruit in fruits means for each element, like fruit in fruits means it may be apple, it may be banana, it may be cherry. So fruit in fruits means this is a variable, okay, which we used for list. This is also a variable. This fruit also a variable which indicates each element in the fruits. It picks the each element from the fruits in the sequence. For example, see here apple, banana, cherry. I will again run it. Apple, banana, cherry. There is a sequence that how sequence they are arranged in the list. It will pick the in the same order. So when fruit in fruits, that means here the value of fruit is apple, banana, cherry. So the loop here the loop iterates like, see, first of all, what is the value of fruit? Apple. So it's print apple. Here the print apple, so it prints. Again it goes to here, fruit, in the fruits. So here what is the fruit? We already completed the apple, so banana. It prints banana. Cherry. Who the elements are completed, so the for loop stops here, and it will show the three things: apple, banana, cherry. So this is how a for loop works. And in the for loop we can use these things like, see. And not only this, there are many different types. See, for letter in cat, same thing, we are used if here, but here there is no need of, okay, there is no need of previously. See, for if else, what we done if A in C means we have to give input A and we have to give input B, and we have to say A in B. But here we have to give input fruits only, not fruit. It will print the every element inside the fruits. For example, I will give fruits as apple. Okay, what it will be gives APPLE. It will print apple. So this is how a for loop works and a if works. How if else works? See, if uh, if a in fruits, sorry, for, right? If I have to give, if a in fruits, print. Oh, we don't know the meaning of fruit. Print a. What will be the answer? A. Why? How we got a? Here is the print a. So this is correct. In Apple there is a. So it's true and it prints only a. If you want to, but this is for choosing our like elements. So if do you want yeah, okay. If do you want to see whether this element is inside the fruits or not, or otherwise they are not, then choose else part. So in that manner we are using the if and in. But for and in we are using for printing the each and every element in the fruits in different lines. For example, for fruit, you don't have to give any. For example, f in fruits, printf means it was saying that in the fruits there is f, so print the f. What is inside the fruit? Apple. What are the elements are inside the fruit? A, p, p, l, e. When you run it, you will get whole elements in different lines. So yeah, if you will erase this, if you will give, okay, if you erase this, you will give cat, which in the PDF was mentioned cat cat. So this is the using for loop to print each and every element inside a given variable. Otherwise, the value which assigned to a variable. If we want to print the elements inside the variable, we can use for loop and we can print the variables inside a, sorry, elements inside a variable. So here, up to here, we completed that how to print the elements inside a loop. Sorry, inside a string or list or tuple, whatever, means like how to print the elements in different lines. So we use for loop for that. A list, string, tuple, range. So for range is a function. Okay. For range means you know that range 5. See here, range means it is stop. range of stop. Stop means it will starts from 0 up to not including stop. Stop means is a value. Okay, for example, here stop was 5 means from 0 to 5 you have to print, but not including 5. Don't include the stop, like don't include the value which they given. Here they given 5, don't include this value. Before this value you have to print, so 0 1 2 3 4. Don't include this value 5. So here the meaning of writing these two numbers inside a range, what is the meaning? Start up to stop. So starts from 2 but ends at 5, not 6, because here mentioned 6 but don't include it, not including 6. You have to print up to 5. And here what is the meaning of printing the three numbers inside a range? So here is the meaning that start, the first number which you entered in the range was start. See, after that stop, after that step. Step means if they enter 1, then uh, step 1 means there is nothing like go with the, like go to the after this number. If step 2 means go leave 1 and go with the another number, like 0 plus 2 plus 2, sorry, 0 plus 2 2, 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 2 10. But here there is no 10 because we have to stop before the 10. We're not including the 10 at here. So in any case, in the range, in any case we are using 2 1 3 number of elements. We are not including the stop number, like stopping number 10. Here the 10 is the stopping number, but you have to stop at 9. So in any number which you are have to do like 10 or 9, so you have to stop before the number. So and after this, okay then, yeah, after this we are go with an example, or yeah, no, yeah, we have to go with example compulsory because they did not given. Yeah, they given the example. See here, this is enough. This two lines code is enough for explaining the range with one element. Sorry, one range. There's only stopping element. For I in range 5, print I. What it will be gives 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Okay. Oh, see, this is the mistakes. How we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. How we got? So how we got from this thing for I in range. So I is an a variable here. The value of I was first the value of I was 0, starts from 0, because here they given only one element, that is 5. So it starts from 0 0 1, here 0, so prints 0. Again it goes to the loop, and it at here 0 completed. So next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So it will print like that because you are giving the range. So it will choose the, I mean, it will choose the range. So like it don't, you have to give I plus 1, I plus equals to 1. This when you are giving the range, there is no need of giving plus 1 plus 1. It will automatically counts the plus 1 only. And after this we're having three digit, like three elements inside a for loop. So how to do that was, okay, yeah, run it. So how we are going with the. For this for loop was not working, I think, when we are copying. Yeah, for this for loop. Oh, yeah. For I see once. hmm, what he given was 10, 0, minus 1. So the starting value was 10, and it will give a print 10 and lift off. After that, it again goes to the condition like a range. We computed the 10. So what is the step? The step was minus 1, means 10 minus 1. What is the value? 9. So it will takes 9 as a I and print 9 and lift off. And again it will comes to the range. What is the range after that? 9, right? So what is the step? Minus 1. So it will do 9 minus 1 and it will get the answer 8. So it will assign to the variable I equals to 8. So again 8 lift off. So like that it goes up to, what is the stopping value? 0. Yeah, but we have to take before the element, like if it is 0, if it 1, we take 0, right? But here the step was minus 1. It's the what is the meaning of minus 1? We are coming from top to bottom. Okay, not bottom to top, not from 0 to 100, sorry, 0 to 10. We are coming from 10 to 0. So now if the stopping value was 0, means the meaning of that was it stops at 1. So that is the reason we stopped the value at 1. When the value of I was 1, we stopped the printing. And yeah, that's all. Index values, I before time I already said you to that the index starts from 0. And see here is showing that for index looping with index and value. See, colors is a list. Okay, this is 0, 1, 2. If you want to give index for that, for red the index was 0, for green the index was 1, for blue the index was 2. So but the length of this list was 1, 2, 3. Length is 3, but when you are giving the index you have to start from 0. So when you are starting from 0, see here how we done the condition. Yeah, this condition within his convenient. See here, colors equals to red, green, blue. So you have to print the colors and yeah, the index and the color. So uh, this is the different thing they used here. Yeah, see, enumerate. This is the different thing. Rarely it will be occur. Means like using is very rare, but we have to learn about that. That is index color in enumerate colors. So what is the meaning is the color you have to find the index. Yeah, index and green you have to assign. See, this is the colors, right? From this list you have to find the index and colors. You have to assign to the this index and this color. See, index comma color in enumerate of colors. So this red goes to the color. The index is 0, right? So it goes to the index. The code doesn't recognize or doesn't understand these two words, but when you are using in, it thinks these two are the variables, and these two are working like a variables and getting assigning the values from colors. And what is the values for color? The value was red, but for the index the value was 0. So when you print index comma this is a string and color. If you want to add plus, you have to write string of, right? So when you are going to print this, okay, I already so when you will run it, it will give red oh sorry, when you will run it, you will get 0 red, 1 green, 2 blue. This is also a loop. You will get we used only one print but we got three outputs. This is the like in the loop it runs until and unless it will gives the output in different line until and unless the condition fails. So here the highest the index value was up to 2, means the length was up to 3. There is only 3 elements, so it given only 3 element. If there is 4, then it will give up to 4. And so here the enumerate colors. So from the list it takes the index and the value, I mean sorry, red element, and it prints the in the place of here. So if you want to print here as plus, so what we have to do? Color is a string, but what about index? So you have to convert index to string and print it. So we got the answer, but you have to give some commas right here. If you want, otherwise you can use the commas. Yeah, see, this is a lengthy code, means become a lengthy code. So don't use this. Just choose the commas, and that is sufficient. When you are using commas, you will get the space. So this space is don't want anymore. We don't want. So remove the space and just add the comma. Yeah, add the comma. Comma will give the space, and you will get the same answer again. So this is how we are printing the thing. If we can change, if we can, if not, we can convert the integers into strings, but we can't convert the strings into integers. And now, yeah, now we completed the for loop. This is the not just an explanation. I am giving two examples and with the definition, and I will give you the questions, and I will explain very detailedly in coming after this session. I'm come with nearly from for each loop, like while loop and for loop, I will come with nearly 20-25 sums for each thing, because two are different for it having the range and it having both range and the in operations. But while loop having the conditions, and in while loop we are having if else statements. In for loop also we can use if and else statements. And for both I will come with questions regarding only while loop, and with while loop with if else statements, and for loop with if else statements. And now we are going to discuss about the nested for loops. And this is the thing which you have to learn these three things, and the conditions you have must have to know. And this in also play a key role in if for loop, because most of the things we use the same thing, like we use in operations for finding the element inside the given variable. So sorry, given input. So we are going to the nested for loops. Now we are going to the nested for loops. So what is the nested for loops? A nested for loop is a for loop placed inside a body of another for loop for every single iteration of the outer loop, the entire inner loop runs from start to finish. Yeah, it most probably we use nested loops for matrix, like you can say star. Uh, I think my brain wants some relaxation, but no problem. See, mostly we use in the stars, you know that like stars from like a triangle. We have to arrange the stars like a right angle triangle, like that. In that cases, we need that this nested for loops. And now here we go with that for loop inside a for loop. So when we print this, like compile it. Okay. For I in range 1 comma 4. So what is the meaning of for I in range 1 comma 4? So the meaning was that the value of I, like from it starts from 1 and it stops at 3, right? And for j in range means j was starts from 1 and it stops at 2. So here I will say you the working thing, how it will be works. First of all, see here, we return the print at in the for loop, not in the outer for loop. We printed prints in the inner for loop. So see, it will come nearly, this is 3, this is 2, so 3 into 2, 6 outputs. Yeah, 6 line output. It will we will get 6 line output. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how I what is the going what was going on? See, first, okay, first I is 1. We know that because I starting from 1. Let's take I is 1. Let I is taking 1 and we are going inside. Okay, inside like after taking the value of I, we have to go inside the for loop, right? So what is the inside of for loop? Another for loop. So what is here for j in range 1 comma 3? So j starts from 1. So the print is the position of print is where inside the inner for loop. So here the I already said to you this way of printing. Yeah, here we have to use f. We have to use brackets which we hang some value. We know the value of I. We know the value of j. So we use it the brackets, and inside the brackets we place it I and j. So now we are going to find that for 1 j is 1. So I is 1, j is 1. Again it goes to where? Not here. It goes to here because this print was inner for loop. When we goes to the inner for loop, what will be happen? This one completed because I value is 1. Okay. I value is 1 and the starting value of j is also 1. So 1 1 and it going after this, not here, it goes here because still the inner for loop was iterating. So when you goes here, it iterates again because there is the range is up to 3 only. So you can take up to 2. So you already taken 1. So you got I equals to 1, j equals to 1. This both ones are coming from this one. And after printing this, it goes to where for this loop. After the one, what we are having 2. So for j in range 1 comma 3, so after we already completed 1, so we go with the 2. So I is same. The value of I is same because we did not go there. Goes there. We goes at here. This inner loop. The value of I is still 1. So 1 2 1 2. And after this, when the loop when the condition was going here, the after the 2, what is the value? 3, but there is no range because we can go up to 2, so the condition fails. And now it will be goes ahead here. When this condition fails, after coming to the condition, how many iterations we can do? We can do 2 iterations, because one with 2. So we completed with 1, we completed with 2, but the I value of I is still 1. So after completing these iterations, we can go with here, and we again start one iteration. So here we completed 2 iterations. Again we go here. So here we completed with 1. So what is the next one? 2. So now the value of I was 2 for now. So when going inside for loop, there is another for loop. So what is the value of j? The value of j is 1. We know that because starting, right, it's a new thing. With 1 we completed, but with 2, with 3 we did not complete it. So now we are doing with the 2. When we are going with the 2, for I value is 2, j value is 1, and again it will come for comes at not here, because still we can iterate this for loop. So how can we iterate? With the value of 2. So I is still 2, but j is 2. J is j1 is completed, 2 completed, 3 we can't go because up to 2 only we can go, because the number was 3, not including these value, we can go up to there. So I am not including these 3, I am including up to 2. So after 2 we can't add 3. So this iterations was completed from this loop, then only we can go here. When you are going here, 1 completed, 2 completed, what is remaining? 3. So now the value of I was 3. Okay, the value of I was 3. So here, what is the value of j? So when we are going inside the for loop, there is another for loop. So j starts from 1. So this is 3, j is 1. So again, j iterates up to 2. So again, I is still 3, but j is 2. And 3 we can't write j equals to 3, because up to 2 only we can iterate. So this is how and for loop iteration was working. So the same thing which we uh, learned here, we got the same thing. See, for first I equals to 1, we get 1 2. For 2 2, for 1 2, for 3 3, 1 2. So this is how these nested for loop was works, and for every I there is two values of j. For example, I will remove this and I will add 4. What will be happen? We will get here 3, here 3. For each one we are having 3. For 3, how many? 8. See here, for each one we are having 3, right? For each one we are having 3 values. So for 3 values, how many? For 3 into 3, 9 values. We will get the 9 lines of output. When we print it, we will get the 9 lines of output. So this is the way of yeah, this is the way of working a nested for loop. So see, the I was 1 in 3 times. Why? Because j can print up to 1 2 3, because we extended the value of the range of j into 4, so it can able to come up to 3. So for I equals to 1 there is 3 values, for I equals to 2 there is 3 values, for I equals to 3 there is 3 values. So this is the way of working of a for nested for loop. So this is difficult to understand, you can understand, but if you want to implement, it will be difficult. But you're trying more sums, like you're practicing more sums, you will get slowly, and you can easily write the codes nested or normal for loops, nested for loops, or anything. And you have to most probably you have to focus on these for loops, because the in if else we can most probably manage with the logics, and syntax also very less, but here the syntax is most important. This is the simple nested loop. There are difficult nested loops that we have to print a b c d. Yeah, we have to print a b c d. Like, see, if I say, yeah, and yeah, we completed an example in nested loop for you. So see, outer iteration 3, inner iteration 2, total inner body runs 6. So I previously said, right, when for each iteration, there is a, like, it depends on range, right? So in the outer iterating loop, there is the range was 3. I mean, up to 3 and 2. So we can into 3 into 2, we get 6 lines of output. If it will be 10, it will be 10. We get 100 lines of output. 100, 10,000. Okay. We can count like that. So, see, matrix. How you will do the matrix. So, here are the examples for the matrix. We'll do this thing. I will say why here, right? Here like that, and what he implemented, which we didn't learn. See, matrix. This is a list. Matrix was in a list. Before time, inside a matrix, he taken red, orange, blue as a strings. But here, inside a list, he taken a sublists. Okay, this is our sublist, like total list. Okay, for row in matrix, row in matrix means, see, I am saying that don't think row means we have to use everywhere. If we use matrix, we have to use row and column. No, this is not. Code doesn't understand this row and matrix. Matrix has a variable, row is also has a variable, but it understand like that. But it doesn't understand a proper thing. We are doing code, why? Because of we have to uh, converting the required query into coding language, so it can machine can be understand, so that we are doing coding. So the machine directly can't able to understand the English are the words row matrix. We have to assign some. It will be a variable. It can be understand. So now, row is a variable. Not you don't think like row column. We have to use when we invert matrix. We have to use rows columns. Don't think like that. And here for row in matrix, you can write instead of row you can write A B C, anything is your wish. If you using in, then the thing you have to get was the each and every element, like every element in the given input we are counting. See here, row in matrix means this is a row, this is a row, this is a row. Okay, no, don't think like that, because this is a element, this is a element, this is a element. So every element in the matrix, it assigned to the variable row. So for first the first value of row is this element. Second value of row is this element. For third value of row is this element. So for value in row, if you want the this is the elements of matrix. Okay, this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, these three lists are elements for matrix. Okay, if you want to get the values of 1 to values 1 to 3 outside, you have to be print like this. For row in matrix means it picks the this row, this row, this row, I mean this element, this element, this element separately and gives to the row. The first value of row is this element. So now we are going to find the how it was working. So see here, this is a element. When we print, I mean we type for row in matrix, so this element is assigned to row. So the value of row is at the starting, the value of row is 1 2 3. This list the value of row is this list. So now row equals to what? The list 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, this is the value of row. So here you have to keep this element at here, at this row, the value in row. So now you have to say what is the value of value. The first means like the first element is 1. So at the starting the value was 1. What it will be print? Yeah, see, 1. This is the way 1. Okay. What is the second value? 2. What is the third value? 3. What is the fourth value? Sorry, what is the third value? 3. The values of, the elements in the row is the values to assign to the values. You see once you can understand. These three are different. So when for one value, it prints 1. Again goes to the for loop. How many elements in row? 1 2 3, right? So there is 3 elements in row. So here there is 3 elements. So here are the print. So it prints the first element. What is the first element? 1. It goes to here. What is the second element? 2. It prints and it goes to here. What is third element? 3. It goes to here. Now see here, if I you can having some doubts regarding these two things, this term and this term, what these two terms are doing there, right? So I will explain these two terms are what means like what they are doing. See here, when we are using this thing means it was saying that print the give coming numbers, like print the values of this see, you're getting confused, I think. So I will remove this value spelling and I will keep it as v. So the values of v, okay, here the values of v, print the values of v different, like there is 3 values of v, right? 1 2 3. So print the 3 numbers and giving some space in between each one. Okay, and see here, end equals to space. What is the meaning of end equals to space? Means when you're printing the first value, the end means what is the end for first value? This is the end. After printing the first value, this is the end, giving space and second value, giving the space and third value. If I remove this print belongs to first row. What is the answer? Yeah, see, I will get the everything was in a row. Why? Because when I will put the print at here, what is the meaning? The meaning was when it completed this iteration. Okay, at here there are nearly 3 iterations, for 1, for 2, for 3. For these 3 values, for these 3 elements, there is 3 iterations. When these 3 iterations are completed, it have to be go at where? At here, because we taken only this row as a first element and we given to here. When it completed these 3 values and it printed, after it have to go at where? Because these iterations was completed, the maximum iterations of this inner for loop was 3. So when this iteration was completed, where it have to be go? It have to be go at first outer for loop. When it goes to the outer for loop, so what it have to doing was, when it was going to the outer for loop, this print will be works. It starts to work, like starts the working, like until here. When we are printing v, first value and going there, second value going there, third value going there, we are not coming at downside. We are just doing it here because this print is belongs to this. If you print at same as like here, you will get, see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 in a line, because this print belongs to which one, this thing. So when you're printing like this, the meaning of this code was, when you're printing one value, giving space and go to the another value like this, print this gap, and printing the value of second, like second value of v, give space and go downside, like that. If it will be belongs to this for loop, then what will be happen? So when you complete the iterations of this for loop, you have to go be you have to go at here. So how you will go? You have to pass from this and you have to go like this, right? So when you are passing from this print will be start working. So how it will be work? It will be stop the line at here and it will be goes at here. When again you will start here row in matrix. So we completed the first element. What is the second element? 4 5 6. So when we are taking this 4 5 6 at as a row in the second, like now, this is not the value of row. Now the value of row was 4 5 6. So the value of v, the values of v was 4. First value was 4, second value was 5, third value was 6. So here we are going to do with these two things. And what was here as, here again we have to do 3 iterations. What are the iterations? For value 1, for value 2, for value 3. See, here the first value of v was 4, and going here, because after the for loop we have to go inside the for loop. What is the inside the for loop of the inner for loop? V, print v, and at like this. So what is the meaning of this was, one, giving some gap. If you don't want, yeah, I will see you later. First of all, we have to understand the nested loop, how they done this type of matrix form, the 3 by 3 matrix form. So right, I'm saying the same thing that, okay, for the value one, the value of v is, second value is 5, printing 5, giving gap. 6, printing 6, giving gap. See, when I am want to press a day, see, it was here is a gap. Okay, so that is the reason it, if you remove this, run it, see, see, it was there is no space between this bar and this 3. You have to give okay. So after the value was printing there, they're creating a space because of this end. Okay, if you want to give the space after this, your, what is that value, you can give like this house, like this, what is that, comma, yeah, what will be happen, see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? So why we are using and why we are not using this? Here also I think we will see, here also we are getting the space after the 2. Here also we are getting space after the 1. Here also we are getting the space after 3. But why we get like this? That is the reason we are using the and works like this. And works like this. And gives the space, and also it was in a row. If you remove this print, it will come in row. Why not when you print cat, right? You remember that cat, when you print fruit in fruits, what it given? Red, green, yellow, right? Why it given in different lines? Why it's giving in a one line? Because of this and. If you remove this and remove this print, it will give in a 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on. Okay, when you are using this and, it was giving in a line, but when it was coming in a line, you used this print. That is the reason after these three iterations it was going down, and after these three iterations it was going down, and after these three iterations it was going down. So I am saying here was the both end and print are working. Like if I print one of those thing, like I already tried that, remove the print, we will get, like we are getting the space in between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and we are just coming in one line. So if we want to get the every number in different lines, we have to print, we have to use print. So then we will get the different lines. But where we have to get for this for loop or this for loop. If we will use for this loop for loop, what we will get in each element, each number in different lines. If we will use this print to the this for loop, we will get this like this, because I already said this iteration 3 after completing the three iterations, the print will be work. The iterations 3, so after completing these three, the print will work and it goes to the down. So like that for same 7 8 9, the same thing was happening in the 7 8 9, and you will get the 7 8 9 as like 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the using of a for loop for a matrix, finding a matrix. And here you are using like this, but if you print a, for example, yeah, yeah, see here, now the elements was not 1 2 3 4, now the elements was a b c d. So how now it will be work? A B C D E F G H I. Okay. So this is the way of using to form a matrix. The nested for loop. Okay. After this example, we having another example that we are getting some input, and we are tried before time we getting the input like this. This is an input. Okay, given by user. So we done this, but without this we can done with numbers using range. When we are using range, there is no need of taking input, because it will count one by one automatically, and from starts from 1 2 like you did not initialize anything, then it will start from 0. If you initialize, then it will start from initial state, I mean initial point. So here the initial point was 1, and the up to we go up to 5, not 6. Okay. For row in range, for row in range 1 comma 6, for column, that's you shortly write call, and column in range 1 comma 6. Okay, both are 5 into 5 matrix. How can we say directly? And previously we seen at the table that 10 into 10 100, 100 into 100 10,000. So same as here also, the iterations we can done maximum was 5. Here also we can done 5. So 5 into 5 25. So 5 into 5 matrix was we will get, and is t. So previously, yeah, and is t. If we run it, what we will get? Hmm. There is two space. Yeah. Row into column. For example, yeah, he started like, first of all, for I, the value of I was, the value of I was 1. For value of y was 1, how many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, right? So when j is 1, the starting value is 1. So what is the statement here was row into call. So what is the mean? The mean was 1 into 1, 1 into 2, 1 into 3, 1 into 4, 1 into 5. That's all. Because the range was up to 6, but we don't have to, like, we are not including the 6. We have to include up to 5. So 1 to 5. So see here, we got 1 into 1, 1 into 2, 1 into 3, 1 into 4, 1 into 5. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now after this completing, here see, we used print. So after these 5 iterations, one iteration, two, three, four, five. After these 5 iterations, again it will go set down because of this print. And again the value of row is 2, not ij, row and call. So the value of a row is 2. When it becomes 2, again j will start from starting. J will start from 1, 2, 3, because it starts again from starting, because of this is a new value for call. The row is comes with new value, and again run the whole code newly. So it starts from 1. So 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, 2 into 4, 2 into 5, same as like that. So uh, yeah, it was and here I already explained you that how the print works there, but the new thing was that here, the t, what the t was doing there, and the working of t was giving some extra space and some looking like a good column. Without t, we know that how it will be looks like when we will run it. It seems clumsy. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it seems clumsy. It's like a clumsy. So when we add gap also is okay, but T was giving some extra space. So there is a reason we used T at there. And yeah, this is the uh, thing that we got from this problem. And see, instead of these numbers, there are stars we can add instead of it. That you can see that you're doing this right. If you remove it, if you print stars, what you will get? See, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we got stars. Because see here, when you will print star, yeah, print star means it will print. But how many times it will print? Where it have to print? It decides the outrange. I mean outside of the print. So we are deciding the star, that where it have to print, and where how many times it have to print. On the basis of row and column, the star was printing. See here, the row was 5 and the column was 6. So on the basis of these thing, it was going on. If I 3, see, 3 means it goes up to 2. So 2 rows, one column, like that. So this is the syntax and basic syntax for matrix. So from this you can create a matrix with using this. So uh, remember, I mean, just learn this, and After learning it, syntax main thing was, yeah. After this, you can change the numbers and you can create any matrix which you want. Be- It depends on you. So after this, if we enter 8, so we got, yeah, 5 columns, 7 rows. So this is the uh, way to find. There's two ways to find matrix. Before time, we given the input, but see, yeah, from this method we can print the same thing again and again. Okay, like if we have to print integers, like integers, otherwise we can print this stars. Other than that, we can't print anything. But before time, the giving input, right? So depend giving the different types of elements in a input. So we can write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L at this place. But now we can't write it, because if we write here A, then it will print A only. If we will print here B, so it will print B in the places of star. So if you want to print A to Z in six, I mean, whole total is 27, right? So we can't print A to Z. I think we can print, sorry, 26, right? We can't print an A to Z, so we can print A to Y. So it's 25 and 5 into 5 matrix. We can print it. Okay, wait. We can, yeah, we can write, right? Like 3 into 9 matrix. Yes. Like 3 into 9 matrix, we can generate it. So this is how we will start, I mean, we will create the matrix. And this is, I think, last. Yeah, see here, same, he changed a little bit here. How I used the stars, he also used the stars, but he used not T, he used space. By using this space, he got this stars, not extra space, only one space. If we will give 3 spaces, we will get the 3 spaces. So T is more better than this, because instead of this we can print only T, then we will get the extra space. We no need to give 4 spaces. And for one space, we will get a matrix like this. And after this, yeah, this is the basic examples and basic types of nested for loop. So how a nested for loop uses, and how the syntax of a nested loop, and the basic examples. I will also give nearly 10 to 15 examples on nested for loop and nested while loop, but most probably I will give examples on while loop, main thing, on while and for loop. For nested loops, I will give not like for and while. I will give 10, or yeah, 10 examples, because nested loops, in for loops we are faces different types. Nested loops also we face, but when we are coming from these for loop examples, nested loop also looks like same, but there are some different, so that I will generate at like the type of examples. For now we are going to the nested while loop. Only 1.5 page. Okay, no problem. And now we are going to discuss about this nested while loop. Now, nested while loop. Okay, see here, while outer condition. See, outer condition. This is an syntax. He was showing the syntax. Outer condition. This is inner condition. This is statement. Statement means I already said in first video, like first session in the unit 1, that statement is like plus minus into what ever it was printing. Okay, that is statement. Just like for loops, while loops can be nested inside another loop. A nested while loop is especially useful when the number of repetitions for the outer inner or both isn't known ahead of time and instead depends on some condition begins met. So here we can go with the an example regarding nested while loop. So when we are going with the example, we can understand more easier, right? So practice more number of sums, you will get the grip regarding everything which you are practicing. Practice different types of sums. Don't practice like previously I said, right? Sorry, I'm doing one question like 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? Here the 1 2 3 4, here 2 4 6 8, like into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So what I done, I removed that thing and I type print star string. So so I'm saying the same thing, that don't do that type of question practice again and again, because that is mostly useless. Because you have to learn different types, not different like same sum. You are changing one or two numbers or printing elements. You have to change the question and you have to begin a new question after the completing one question. You have to do different types of the question. Okay, so after the completing for loop, we are coming to the while loop. So here are the same thing. In for loop, there is no initial I mean, we don't need to take any initial point. So we will start on the basis of range. See, in for loop, we saw only two types. One is range and one is like elements, getting the elements from the given input. So but in while loop, not for like that. We have to give some initial point for row. So here while row was, see here inside the while we done a condition that row was less than 3. So here the row was belongs to while. So here this is a nested while loop. So we have to do a while inside another while. So when we are doing that, we have to give an another initial point for this while loop. When we are giving the initial point, that call equals to 0. So same thing like what we are doing to the outer while loop, we have to do the same thing to inner while loop. So when we are doing that, we know that while loop was not definite, it is an indefinite iterative loop. So when we run it, yeah, we use and, but we did not give space. So when we are giving the space, yeah, we will got the matrix same as for loop. But in for loop, there is no need of giving the initial point because there is a range. So we are using the range function. We can get the matrix like limits, you can say. Yeah. After when we are start, the call is starting from 0. So when it's starting from 0, 0 is less than 4. So the condition was satisfied. When the condition was satisfied, it becomes true. So we can go into the inside the while loop, inner while loop. So when we are going to the inner while loop, we have to print star. So star, and we have to give the space at end. So you can see the here there is a space after the star, and after that call plus 1 means we are adding 1 to the sorry, after the printing we are adding the 1, and we have to go after adding 1 to the starting of the condition, and we again check it. When we are checking it, if it will fails, we have to stop the loop. So when we are going to stop was when it becomes 4. So the number of iterations was 1, 2, 3. So three number of iterations we are doing here, and we are using this print here for getting a new line. For completing this iteration, this while loop, this print is belongs to outer while loop, not inner while loop. When we are completing the iterations inside the inner loop, after the print works, and we are going to the new line. Okay, after we are going to the we are completing these iterations, the print works and we are going to the new line. The row will add 1. Like first initially the row value was 0. When adding 1, 1. Like that we are having 1 0 sorry, yeah, 0 1 2, nearly 3 iterations. And for these columns we are having 0 1 2 3, 4 iterations, so that we are getting a 3 into 4 matrix. So this is the way of finding a matrix by using this while loop, nested while loop. So the both for loop, while loop, nested thing was same, but the using the syntax is main thing for the nested while loop when you are doing. And previously I done a mistake that I not taking space here. So don't do that type of mistakes. And again here, yeah, this is the thing that we have to learn the syntax of the nested while loop. And after this, there is an example for validation loop. Yeah, yeah, this is yeah. See, I already said to you, right? When I was in next session, I am going to give you some examples regarding while loop with using if else and conditions, everything. So at this example, he already interpreted this if else statements. So I don't want to explain this at here. After I am giving the basic examples, I will explain this thing. And now we are almost completed this nested while loop. See here, here they given that the difference between the nested while and nested for loop. So these are the differences. Here, see, this is the nested for loop. Here, saying that best when both loop counts are known or fixed. Yeah, we are having some fixed range or known range, like different values. Then this for loop was best for that. But when a loop count depends on a runtime condition. See, like break continue, which was we used in while loop, and that type of problems, the value was best. And for known values or fixed values, fixed range, the for loop was best. And here are some low risk for infinite loops, high risk if reset or update steps are forgotten. Yeah, this is our fault. Like when we are doing the loop sums, we have to be careful in the updating, or when you're using continue break, you have to learn, means read the question carefully and use the break and continue functions like keywords. Okay, thank you for watching. And in next coming session, we will start the random numbers and encapsulations. And after completing that, I will give the examples regarding while loop and for loop. After that, we will see about this nested loops. I will give nearly 10 examples, but for loop and while loop, I will give 20 to 25 examples. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching.